Hi everyone, Denise Mira here again. Welcome to my home. Last week I shared 4 nuggets of gold to make your home irresistible for the holidays, and I got some fun feedback, and I wanted to share an email that came in. It says this: Denise, thanks for this email and for the video as well. So helpful and encouraging. Do you have any tips on how to handle being the daughter-in-law hostess? I'm hosting my husband's family for Thanksgiving this year. It's only the second time I've hosted Thanksgiving. I'm a bit nervous. I want to enjoy it and not stress. Do I handle the legalistic overtones, moral authority on politics, and turned down noses when I have a glass of wine with the same grace you talked about in your video? Ha ha, Lord, help me. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family. I always love your posts and nuggets of wisdom. Becca from Texas. Oh, sweet Becca, I love you. OMG, I so get you. I'd say have the glass of wine before they get there and the second glass of wine when they arrive, all right? I am so proud of you for going for it and hosting. Thank you for making me laugh and also for articulating so beautifully what so many adult daughters are feeling this time of year as they're preparing to host for some uncomfortable guests. It's not easy, but it's doable, right? We can conquer this. And so first off, I want to say override that anxiety by choice and by action. The first action is to make sure you're following those tips for planning ahead. In my video last week, I talked at length about planning ahead, and planning ahead is going to relieve at least 50 to 75% of the stress. And for the other part of the stress regarding awkward relational situations on Thanksgiving, I'd say this: if at all possible, have a body double with you. Someone who is just such an awesome buffer in your life, who makes all the big things seem so little. Do you have someone like that? I know I do, and they are such a godsend. And I want to have them with me while I do everything in life. But if you can especially have them with you on key moments like this, when you have a whole lot on your plate, no pun intended, but you've got a lot going on, and even if they are just walking around with you, drinking their wine while you do the work, there's something about them as an emotional buffer that it doubles your joy and halves your pain. This is scientific. It really does work, and I know from experience having these kind of people in my life. If you can invite them, maybe it's a sister-in-law, a sister, maybe it's a best friend, but if you can have them with you for dinner and they're ahead of time while you're preparing, it's going to help you so much. Somebody who gets you, somebody who loves you, who so believes in you, and who knows you're going to kill it. Those kind of people make life worth living. So if you can have someone like that with you, do it. These other tips that I want to share with you are things that I've used in my holidays or my hosting times to lighten the mood, to take up some of that space, to be an emotional buffer, are things like planning ahead and texting everybody, APB, bring your sneakers, let's go for a walk and walk all this turkey and dressing off after dinner. And you'll have a cluster of people take you up on that, and you can take the dog and the kids and go outside and talk about how cold it is and what's your favorite movie and how dessert's going to taste so good and that new sale thing at Costco. And before you know it, you've used up a whole hour, you've gotten a bunch of exercise, you've had some laughs, some light-hearted chatter, and very highly possible none of those trigger conversations that you would really prefer to avoid. So you get back, and you know what's really fun is have some Christmas movies available and ready. One to put on for the kids in the kiddie room, one for the adults in the adult room. So maybe the guys are watching football. Keep that volume up, have that noise going, that conversation going, desserts and drinks flowing, and all sorts of fun chatter, Christmas music in the background. Keep things moving. Have a puzzle table, maybe an adult puzzle table with a 1,000-piece puzzle and a medium puzzle table with a 250-piece puzzle for those in-between kids. Maybe a craft table where people could stamp cards or build a Costco gingerbread house. Just things that diffuse potential bombs and and invite participation at various levels of enjoyment. And that actually enrich the whole day. I love that, even if there aren't awkward situations that could create difficult conversations. I just enjoy hands-on activities like that. So, and remember, at the end of the day, most all battles are spiritual battles. We don't war against flesh and blood. It's often the root is some spiritual thing. So bounce over it by faith, dismiss it. Don't let that trigger get you. Don't take the bait. Okay? And what I want to talk about now, I want to turn the tables and say, middle-aged moms and dads who are going to your adult children's homes for the holidays, be a golden guest. Be a guest that is so welcome, it's so happy to see your happy, smiling, joyful, wonderful face come in the door. Make that your aim as a guest at your children's homes this holiday, or whoever home you're in. And you can apply this whoever you are. If you're an aunt, an uncle, a sister, a brother, a cousin, a boss, a fellow employee. These are some principles I think that'll help you. You know, there's a scripture that I love. It says, better is a meal of herbs with love than the fattened ox with hatred thereby or thereof. You know what? Better is a pile of veggies with love than a perfect turkey with drama. Any day of the week, right? And so much drama is caused by parents of adult children. I see it all the time with my clients, with my tennis friends, in every single situation, in every family. You're going to see this at some level. Let's not be the ones to create that havoc, to bring that distress and that heaviness of heart. Let's just make it our aim, make it our vow in our hearts not to be the root cause of any kind of distress in the holiday homes of our children. You know, when I boil down this whole issue so many times with parenting adults, it's all about control. Would you agree? Control seems to be the driving force of so much strife and so much chasms and so many breakups and so many divorces, children divorcing their parents. So often it's that controlling spirit. Where is that coming from? So often I think the root of control is fear. Fear, mom and dad, because you're losing your grip. You're not sure what your role is anymore. Your place at the table has changed. It's an awkward feeling of uncertainty. It's that loss of control. And so what do? You double down. You text more, you email more, you call more, you say more irritating things, you ask more questions. Don't be the asshole. You know, how much did that cost? Another tattoo? Cha-ching. You're getting a new car? Oh my God. Isn't this apartment good enough? Why do you need a better one? How much was that bottle of wine? Dear Lord. I don't know. Whatever. Who did you vote for? You've got to be kidding me. Those are all the questions you don't need to be asking. The kind of questions you need to be asking is, how can I help? Thank you for hosting, sweetheart. I know it's a heavy load. Can I get there early and help with the kids? Can I get there early and clean the bathroom? Can I get there early and just help with that last minute prep? You know, there's a million little things to do at the end by the time all the guests arrive. You can be that buffer for your son and daughter rather than that heavy weight around their neck. You have the power. You have the power to change everything if you'll just do it. You know, with our adult children, sometimes we feel like we're on our tippy toes trying to peer into the huddle to figure out what's going on. Often we are the last to find out, the last to get the good news, the last to be invited. It's just a fact of life. It's because we've been so successful at raising these children that now our baby birds are soaring, and we should be so proud of our hard work and so happy that the plan worked. We're not mommy anymore, and that's such a great thing. Our children are adulting. Wow, they have friends that we don't even know their names. They have swirls upon swirls upon swirls. Instead of feeling like sucking your thumb in the corner because you've been left out, be happy that your children are thriving, not just surviving. If they were totally dependent on you, there would be a problem. There would be a mutation of serious consideration and concern. But because they're independent, somehow you're offended by that. Somehow because they're not asking your permission anymore, or double checking their Facebook posts with you before they post, or double checking how they should talk to this person or deal with that thing or handle that issue. You're somehow offended. Just dismiss that lie in your mind. Dismiss that way of operating. Reframe the poor me into, wow, this is such a privilege that my children are independent and healthy and thriving, and I get to be a part of their lives. Don't worry about that you didn't get to clear the guest list, or that you didn't get to have your favorite people there, or to dismiss that person because you don't want them there, or that stranger that you don't even know their name. I'm serious. Parents are offended about the craziest things. If there's a stranger you don't know, or a bunch of strangers you don't know, your friendship circle just widened because of your children, your adult children who made adult decisions to invite their adult friends. Rejoice in that and get to know those people. You'll never know. There could be a great connection in there for you, a great friend in there for you. So this year, determine in your heart that you are going to remove pressure, not add pressure to your adult child's gathering. Be a blessing. Say, honey, tell me, how can I lighten your load? The sky's the limit. I'm available. And just see what transpires from that. You're going to make everyone's Thanksgiving so much more full of joy than it already is. I do pray you have such a wonderful week. Fun preparation, fun execution, and fun as you say goodnight and hug and kiss as everybody leaves. I just pray it's sealed with love. God bless you. Thanks for joining me. If you're not receiving my exclusive subscriber content, go to denisemira.com, links under this video, and sign up. And if you sign up, you'll hear from me again next week. Talk then. Bye-bye now.